Krishna Kali Ma, Jai Ma Kamakhya. Today is another beautiful topic about the 10 Mahavidyas, and this is going to be a session about the do's and the don'ts of worshipping 10 Mahavidyas. And since we are talking about the Mahavidyas here, about the universe, the powers of the universe, which are extremely hidden, these Mahavidyas are extremely hidden. I would like to focus on and throw the limelight towards the things that in the Kali Yuga times, that each one of us, if we are not the sadhaks and if we are also the sadhaks, so the two categories I'm picking up here, what and how we should do and what are the things that we are restricted from to move forward in these sadhanas or worships. All right, so let's get started. So the first and the foremost thing that I would like to say here is that these Mahavidyas were worshipped before in the ancient times from the Devatas. Yes, what I'm trying to say is that whenever there used to be a war among the Devatas and the Asuras, the good and the bad, the Devatas used to remember and ask for the avahan of, or do a avahan of these Vidyas, Mahavidyas, asking for help, asking for power, asking for solutions. So imagine now that the Devatas who have their own powers, own magic with themselves, own characteristics with themselves, even they used to go and ask for help from these Mahavidyas. So imagine the power of these Mahavidyas. Since they are extremely powerful, these are the secrets of the universe. And when we say the secrets of the universe, that simply means things that are not to be told to the general public. Now, few of the people today, today's times, I'm seeing that they're saying that the negative energies have increased so much in the Kali Yuga times that it's the time to utilize and ask for help from the 10 Mahavidyas. Yes, till some extent it's true, but they're not completely true. Why not completely true? Here comes the do's and the don'ts. Listen, first of all, I would like to say that on the internet, everybody is talking about Mahakali, 10 Mahavidyas, etc., etc. This is not right. See, knowing about your Shastras, knowing about your Vedas, your deities is fine, it's good. You should be aware of your culture and the roots of the Sanatana Dharma. But then propagating it in such a manner that you're giving the mantras, you're giving some of the theories of 10 Mahavidyas which are not supposed to be even spoken. Forget on YouTube or on internet media, even among the sadhaks or even among the Guru Shishya Parampara. Yes, it is only when you are eligible for these Vidyas, one of these Vidyas for that matter, only then even your Guru tends to call you or guide you towards them. It is so important and it is so strong that these hidden secrets should be kept hidden. But what is happening? In the name of the negative energy which is actually prevalent in the Kali Yuga times, we are mentioning about 10 Mahavidyas in a very shallow way. So that is something which is completely wrong. Okay? Now let's move forward to the people who think that it is one of the sadhanas like the other sadhanas that you're doing. No, it is not. These are extremely Rudra energies. These are extremely strong, powerful energies which are not possible for any human being to handle. In fact, any of the Devis or any of the Devatas, their energy levels, their positive auras or whatever dimension they are into, you cannot enter that dimension. You can't even go much nearer to that dimension. So here we are talking about the Mahavidyas. And let me tell you that these are not just 10 Mahavidyas, not only 10 Mahavidyas. There are more Mahavidyas. But then again, like I said, it needs to be kept as a secret for all. Okay? So the people who have studied, who have done the sadhanas of 10 Mahavidyas, studied the textures and the scriptures in detail, they would know that. But not everyone is aware of that there are more Mahavidyas than the 10 Mahavidyas. Okay? This can only be guided through a guru, that also a very high level guru. Alright? Now, if you think that you are worshipping 10 Mahavidya or one of the forms of the 10 Mahavidya, one of the Devis from the 10 Mahavidya, and your life is going to be extremely nice, bed of roses, everything is happiness, everything is so blissful around you, there is a complete cross over this. Okay? These pathways that lead you towards the Rudra energies or the goddess energies are extremely difficult, full of thorns, full of difficulties, full of sacrifices, full of, I would say, difficult times, emotional times, and all of this. Are you shocked hearing this? Are you surprised hearing this? Or you must be thinking that, what have I said? But this is correct. This is absolutely correct. This is not a bed of roses. People who think that people who worship the Mahavidyas, they'll be the happiest. No, they'll go through a lot of miseries in their lives. They'll go through relationship breakups. They'll go through financial issues, maybe, as per their karmic things. They would go through the social struggles. They will go through so many people betraying them in their lives. Why? Because the goddess is testing them. Like I said, this is extremely rare treasure of the Vidya, because it's not that today you sit down for the japas or you sit down for the yantras or the dikshas and suddenly you will get the power and suddenly you will be getting the blessings of the goddess, any of the devis of the 10 Mahavidya. It is not like this. Maybe your karmic accounts of your past lives, you have done so many lakhs of and crores of japas, and in this particular life you just had to do little bit and you got the blessing of one of the Mahavidyas or number of Mahavidyas that you have offered your love and devotion. And never say that you have done the siddhi of 10 Mahavidya. No human has the possibility of doing a siddhi over the 10 Mahavidyas. Yes, you can get her love, you can get her blessings, you can get her kripa, but you can never, you can't say that I have the power to control the goddess. This thought process also is extremely wrong as a sadhak or as a normal person also. Okay, first of all, your verbiage plays extremely important role in whatever path you're leading of the Mahavidyas. You can have health issues, you can have blood pressure issues, high blood pressure, low blood pressure. You can have sudden accidents, you can have a sudden fall in your own house, you can have a sudden breakup, you can have a sudden divorce, you can have so many things that you will see that what is this balance, this imbalance happening around me suddenly. So these are all the testing times. So many people, they leave this sadhana, they just get out of this mode in between. So then you're out of it. And also getting into it without the supervision of a guru or even talking much about it is something that you start attracting many of the negative deities. And one thing extremely important before I miss in this conversation, because I speak spontaneously, I don't create a script here. I have seen so many incidences of the sadhaks also that they say that the Bhagavati or the Devi or one of the Mahavidyas have given them darshan in their dreams. Yes, it is quite possible. But then many a times there was some other negative entity who came in the form of the goddess, and it's like a shapeshifter, and they are trying to ask or make the sadhak do something in the dream, ask for affirmations in the dream. So this can also happen with you. These tricks of the demonic things around you which do not want that you should be accomplishing any of the worships of the Das Mahavidyas. This also happens. So that's why I'm saying that you will think that you are attracting positivity. You will think that, oh my God, I got a dream of the goddess, but this can be a strong trap against you as well. Okay? So, yes, if you are under some negative energy which cannot be solved by the other Devi stotrams or other tantric practices in which the Das Mahavidyas help is needed, then this will be done by a specialist. This will not be done by you. Yes, you can visit one of the temples of Das Mahavidyas. You can go visit, pray to her. I'm not saying that there is a no for that. The Siddhi Peeths, of course, go visit. You will get some solution, some doorway. She will definitely help you out. But I am extremely against doing the sadhanas or doing some practice or some ritual or some practice or process regarding these Mahavidyas by yourself. You will accumulate so many demonic energies around you that you will not even get to know. Your chakra system will start getting imbalanced in a tremendous way. So never think that just by the internet, or these days so many podcasts are happening about Das Mahavidyas. I am not even naming the Das Mahavidyas right now. Okay? There has to be a certain way to even ask for the permission from the goddess. There has to be a vibration. There has to be a communication between you and the goddess if you have reached to a certain level of spirituality and your sadhanas. That also does not happen with everyone. And these things are not supposed to be discussed. No person who has got little bit of blessings also, or little bit of kripa also, of one of the Mahavidyas also would ever give out any secret just because to get some views on the channel, on their YouTube. They will never do it. You keep on asking 101 times, you keep on asking 1001 times from me or the people who are serious about these sadhanas. They would never utter a single word, no matter what. So just in the Rahu times of promoting yourself, that you know so much of theory, you know so much of knowledge and wisdom you're aware of, you are giving not even the correct knowledge completely. It is it's like an incomplete knowledge picked up from different resources available on internet, a few books available. Which are the relevant books that you are even eligible to study? It's not all the time that the demonic books or the book of the dead will only hamper you in a negative way. Yes, the secrets of the universe, of the positive energies or these Rudra energies, without the permission, without a certain way, without a certain level of understanding from the gurus, if you open and you start reading some ancient books, even those energy levels will clash with you because you're not prepared. Your body system is not prepared, your chakras are not prepared, your mind is not prepared, your aura is not prepared. You're in a different dimension altogether. That needs to be channelized, that needs to be balanced. So there's a lot of theory, there's a lot of practicality involved into these tantric practices. And stay away from these tantric practices if you're from the Grahastha Jivan. You are not supposed to get into such details. You will only collect negativity around you. Okay? So don't fall for this trap of Das Mahavidyas to be studied, prayed, utilized in your daily lives. No, get it done from a specialist and only if needed. Otherwise, there are other forms of Nav Durga that you can actually go and pray, worship. They will also give you a lot of blessings. Okay? So this is a warning and a suggestion and something to be aware about, that don't touch the Das Mahavidyas just like that. Okay? Very soon I'll be talking about some of the things that we can talk about on internet on Das Mahavidyas individually, but beyond that we will not go. We will only go to that level in which, being a Hindu, being a Sanatani, what you should know about the Das Mahavidyas is something that should be in your chapter levels of life. Okay, that's about it. I'll see you soon with another great topic. Till then, Jai Ma Kali, Jai Krishna Kali Ma, Jai Ma Kamakhya.